Alrighty then. Oh dear, I didn't mean to go live on YouTube. You know what? I don't care. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I am wearing a hat. I don't know that I like the way it looks on camera, but you know what? Fuck it, my head's cold. I might look a tit right now, but I am a tit with a warm head. I'm really glad there's no one around to clip that, because that sounded really bad. Everything is fueled up. I think probably, yep. These things have clogged up on Cinnabar. Or this one singular thing clogged up on Cinnabar. No, they've all clogged up on Cinnabar. What's Cinnabar useful for? Induction smelter with Cinnabar produces 3 of stuff. Ooh, that's not terrible. That's something we're going to have to, like, watch out for. I didn't even think about that. Is gold the only place you get Cinnabar? Nope. It is the only metal that yields Cinnabar, though. Now, is there any recourse for that? Because if there is, we can probably do something about it. Yeah, we can just run piping along the side here. So let's change that. Oh no, because we want... Okay, so we're gonna have to set the filter. A lot of filters. Alright. We only needed the one, actually. So if we go up there. And we're like, hey. This right here, whitelist, and then we'll put Cinnabar on there. And then that means that if we bring this around, what is this? Update? Fucking restart them. What are you asking me for? Jesus, Steam. And then this we want to be... Thank you, Steam. Yellow. Jesus Christ. Steam. Stop. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll do the same thing there. And then that way, any Cinnabar that comes in will be taken care of. And then we just need some covers. I'm turning some music down a tiddly bit. A little bit on the loud side. Are they called covers? Yeah, they're called covers. And we're going to need a few more than 3, I can tell you that much. Especially because we got to put one there. There we go. I kind of like this better as ceiling, so sorry, John. I'm just gonna do that. Good. Oh, I don't like it there though, because it's you see it on the corners. Ugh. Ugh. There. And that should allow the cinnabar to go. These are just kind of things you have to do whenever you're factorizing. And there's like just weird input shit. Crushed iron. Oh, from actually additions. Weird. And it gets cooked into just iron. Okay. Cool. So what's on the old agenda for today? Probably make 2 more molecular constructors and start working on making some of these. I can't remember if we had made it last time, but we are capable of making 64K storage drives now. How are these actually plugged in? These are plugged in down here, right? How are we on channels? 15 out of 32 channels. I think we can handle having a few more, what do you call them? Crafters. So first things we're gonna do, well, I think 3 crafters will probably be enough for this outfit. I mean, come on now. Let's be real about it, guys. So we're gonna need some cabling. Like 10 of them. The other thing, last time we had started working on our fluid stuff. I finally got it to work. I was having a problem where the system would continuously spit out redstone, even though there's literally no reason for it to. Come to find out, the reason it was doing that, apparently, and this is only pure speculation because I'm not an expert and I don't know for sure, but as soon as I added this chest here, we stopped having issues. And I think it's because, for whatever reason, when redstone was trying to go into the system, it didn't register that it had anywhere to go, so this thing thought that there wasn't any redstone, the redstone hadn't moved. Meanwhile, this thing had registered that it had brought redstone into the system and was just continuously dumping it there. It was actually duping redstone. Yeah, I don't know why. Only redstone. It wasn't doing it with the quartz or anything. Just the redstone. And having an inventory, even though, like, literally, like, shouldn't be any redstone in this chest. There's one. It's like, that it shouldn't happen, but, you know, whatever. If we have redstone building up in this chest, it's not the end of the world. Then down there's another chest with a partition drive that only accepts fluix, and it works. I did a test case of it before. But if we go to our fluix, and we're like, hey, can you make me another one? And we see it drops the quartz, the redstone, and the charge certus. Charges it up. It takes it a minute, but eventually the formation... Yeah, there we go. The annihilation plane grabbed it. I think it just takes a minute for it to realize that, oh, hey, yes, this is actually fluix. This is allowed into my system. So that is most of those problems sorted. Now, can I say, hey, can you craft me, like, 3 of these? And it's like, oh, hey, no, you don't have enough certus. Oof. Oof. Oh, sorry. So do we have? We do have charged Certus ore. Now, theoretically, right? You shouldn't want to do this, but I think it's just beneficial for us to just go on and do the do, you know? Actually, maybe we can use the cinnabar for it. Cinnabar. No, doesn't work with it. Fuck you too. I almost hate to do it, but we need it to be done. It's kind of amazing to think how much fucking Certus we've gone through. While we're waiting on that, perhaps we can at least get some crafting monitors. We will need 2 of them. And then we can put our floor back. Now, some people don't include the crafting monitors. I just like it because it lets me know, hey, this thing's still doing stuff, so I can't make anything yet. The crazy thing of it too is when I tell it to make anything, it almost entirely uses just plain Certus. What was that? Oh, I see. The system was hanging because it was trying to make Certus dust. Yeah, that's the only problem with using the system's pulverizer. How are we looking here? Oh, apparently we've processed gold. Nice. One day I'll do a better system where I don't have to break into the wall to check on stuff. Oh my giddy aunt. We've actually processed all of... Oh, never mind. We've processed so much of the ore. This was like filled to here. We've still not done everything, but... it looks like we don't have a lot of ore to go. Which makes me wonder, is John's machine actually running over there? No, the laser's engaged. Yep, they're winning ore. So the laser is definitely lasering. I've moved our cache of uranium here because, you know, if I need to get the reactor going again, it's better to have the fuel there than stuck in the computer. Oh, I forgot about this. Here, let's just put that back. Put that back. Monitors. Crafting. We want at least 2 co-processing units. Excuse me. System's always hung somewhere in it. Just waiting for stiffs to happen. Why can I not spell co-process? Oh, because it's got a hyphen in it. That explains it. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh wait, I did that wrong. That needs to go there. Co-hyphen. What is it hung on? Why the fuck is this thing making 43 diamond things? What? What the heck is happening? Scheduled? Oh my good lord. Oh my god. What? Holy crap. What? There are just no words for that. We're missing one. Of course we are. Alright, get that going. And then go figure out what we're going to do in the meantime, because that's going to take a long ass time to craft. Now, we have taught our computer how to make stuff from string. And I keep forgetting that there is basically a teleport pad in our computer room. It's just right here in the floor. Very obvious. So I need to eat lots of things. Oh, I see. This thing has no power. Like what? The fuck? Okay, fortunately, I have just enough cables to fix this. Networking and power cables are an interesting thing to have to battle. That should operate now. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just give it a basic. Oh wait, no. Yeah, this is right. I thought we hadn't set this up, but apparently we did. Apparently I'm way more efficient than I even know. Look at this. So many fucking apples. Just give me a stack of apples. I'm in Applevore now. I wonder if Simon's managed to do anything over at his factory. The factory. He's made a giant tank of creosote and a bunch of work tables. How very Victorian. Oh good, I found a chest where he keeps slag. And he's made a huge lava-filled furnace. It can produce lots and lots and lots of ore. Lots of ore, lots of bars to turn into ores. Last couple of days, I have real trouble staying awake. But still also somehow it's hard to fall asleep. So I've been spending a lot of time working on stuff for the D&D campaign. Don't mind me, I'm just working on a web thing. I got reminded of something I need to check up on. Logging into stuff. Doo-boo-boo-boo. Merchandisers. Actually, while we're thinking about it, is this done? Nope. Not by a long shot. We need to work on getting a, what's it called? Well, I don't know. Maybe we could use John's, and we can teach it to make him a replacement. He can, you know, we can use his induction smelter, set it up to make alloys for us. Really, really fun filling out stuff, isn't it? Has it been used to pre-fill anything? I can't tell. Oh god. So, a dude who used to be my neighbor has just sent me a text. And he's like, guess who I'm falling for in 2024? Fucking Kanye. Ugh. Oh god, could you imagine President Yi? Fuck. Because, you know, having one unqualified celebrity run the country wasn't enough. I'm, of course, referring to President Reagan, naturally. Jesus Christ. So my neighbor's like, my neighbor's like saying, oh yeah, we'll vote for them. Yeah, uh-huh. No. I don't think that Yi would be able to clinch any substantial nominations, so we should be fine, but one never knows. I believe it was June. I see it. You know how fake celebrities are. Fake celebrities can't you know how fake celebrities can be. They full of hot air. Now, I'm not saying that he's a fake celebrity. I'm saying that celebrities are fake people, if that makes sense. Which is not true of all celebrities. There are some genuinely pleasant celebrities, I'm sure. But most of them are just famous for having skill at acting, and then they just kind of talk out their arses and don't really know for sure what they're talking about because they're not experts on really anything. Technically, where I work was Bellevue, Washington. Huh. Interesting. Oh, they're not in alphabetical order. That makes sense. It's kind of just going, hoping to land a new job soon. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is it hung up on? It's making sand. Jesus Christ. I thought I gave you a coprocessor so you could do more than one thing at a time. Come on now. Oh, I see. Its next step was literally that. Got it. That makes sense what it's doing then. It's kind of done everything it can up to a point now. It's just waiting for processing steps to occur. Uh-oh. We had an internal error. Let's just refresh that. Hello, is this thing on? It is on everything except for Twitch, apparently. That's okay, we can pop this out. Oh, no. Nope, it showed up on there. Okay. We're good. If I put the microphone like that and turn my head slightly this way, it doesn't look like I have a microphone on my face. Whereas if I look this way, you can see the microphone. It looks like I have something good in front of my face, and it's weird. App. Coordinated work. Focused on service excellence. Excellent and timely conduct. Responsible for timely pickup of route deliveries and route planning. And areas of responsible for timely organization and delivery of packages to while fish. Hello. Oh gosh. Adroit biscuit. What is adroit biscuit? That sounds strange. Oh, clever or skillful in the use of hands or mind. So your name is basically your. Oh dear, clever biscuit. Interesting. Oh, it auto put. I see. Oh yeah. I remember. I forgot that Microsoft does that because they don't think people are capable of coming up with their own names for whatever reason. Why is this thing stuck crafting redstone? What the heck is happening here? I think, oh gosh, the thing down is in this building. I think this version is a little bit buggy. Redstone. So if we use this in a pulverizer, it produces 6 and not 10. Oh god. We did a bad. We did a bad. We did a real bad. Alright, hold on. Oh, I don't have any redstone. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just balancing my computer here. Nothing to worry about. I can call you Biscuit. Clever Biscuit, Smart Biscuit, similar things. Biscuit it is. Oh, I put 10 because this produces 10. That makes all the sense now. I just assumed they were the same recipe and I was wrong. Oh. Okay, now it's gone and made stuff. Perfect. There. Now we can make even more things. Having extra processing cores will be very handy, I think. I'm kind of at a loss for what to do now, though, because this is kind of John's place, and he hasn't really given me anything to do. So now, these are being made on that one there. And then if I wanted to say, hey, make me some cables, I need you to make me, like, this is the wrong one. I need a bunch more of these. Here, make me, I think we want to do the, well, no, these, because those, it makes us in multiples of 4, but they need to be in multiples of 8. And currently, we have 11. So 5 more will get us to 16. So if we do 21, that should be enough, right? Oh, we don't have enough. I guess I was a little bit overexcited there. Can you make me 8 and 5? Can you make me 13? No. God, these things need so much freaking wool! What the crap? Alright, can you at least make me the 5? Thank you. Thank you, computer. Honestly. At least my D&D group will show up when asked. That is not true. Tom is not available this weekend, actually, Kira. So we'll be, I don't know, we'll probably run the one-shot unless Amanda joins us, and in which case I might do a special side adventure. It'll have to be without Ragnar, but yeah. We'll say Ragnar drank too much ale and he like ate this weird mushroom and he's in a coma or something. We'll go with that. If Amanda joins us, otherwise we'll probably run our standard one-shot. But yeah, it's literally, we were like, okay, when is everyone always going to be free? And it was basically just Sunday. And so like, okay, every Sunday is when we'll meet then. Yes. Now we need some red. Wait, is that not how you do these? Hello? What? No, that's how it's supposed to be. I swear to God, this thing is just trying to make me angry. Alright, so you're like, well, now, why are we doing this, I imagine? You're asking yourself? Well, because this clusterfuck here is just, it's too much. So, we're going to help it along. By giving things different ways to access this network. And ultimately, we want to drive it all the way up there. Which would mean kind of digging a side shaft and then refilling it in behind me. Oh, oops. Because we had way too many shared channels and it was making it really hard to actually do anything. Also, how was your day, Kira? I know I just kind of immediately went off on a rant about things. Hello, I am suave. Even just having that name, you're already way suaver than I am. So this is now... God. I hate cables sometimes. So now we have 5 channels running to there. I don't know how many channels are running in there. But if we replace... Okay, so I think I can take that off, yeah. And then we put that there. And then once that part system wakes up, we'll be able to see how many bits we have. Pretty sure that's how things work, right? It takes it a minute to register what the heck's going on in its own system. There we go. So that's using 3 channels. Just perfect. Just bloody perfect. Here, we'll just block it up with some andesite. There. No one will question it. Ooh. You could show? I mean, you know, there's always room. I think Amanda is going to be joining us as a kind of a mercenary, not actually part of the party, because, you know, we don't want to obligate her, because, well, she has like a life or something. It's weird. I don't really understand it. But I assured her that I would take all of these things into consideration. Alright, so we probably need to think about expanding this out. Which means we're going to need some more of this stuff. can we get at least, we have 3, so can we get 9? Wait, no. Hold on a minute. How do we have? We have 3, so we need 13. I don't know why I closed that when I could just order it from here. Perfect. I think Lucid just doesn't really have my passion for automation. I like a reactor that feeds itself. I like a system that processes everything for me. Normally I like it before it goes into the computer, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Ba, ba, ba. Oh! Brain slime! God. No. Stay away. Oh, fuck! It turned into more brain slimes! Jesus Christ. I mean, we're pretty much fueled up for a while. Can we make 4 more of these? No. We don't have enough sand. And we don't have enough Certus ore. Do we have another crate? Yeah, we do. Wait, is there stuff in this? Oh, there is. That should be about there, right? Yeah, pulverizer. So I tell it, hey, can you output yellow through the back? And then we put this here, and then we should just end up with a storage crate full of stuff. That's how life works, right? And we could conceivably put a sieve on it, but every now and then we do need some flint, so I think it's fine. I need direction. I don't know what to do. I guess we need to get a system out to Simon's factory, right? But really what that means is we need wheat. We need wheat. Stuff. And things. You know, stuff and things. The stuff you always need. Oh, if I get my watering can, though. If I get my watering can, we could help the hemp grow faster, and that will provide more of the stuff. And we already have grow blocks under there. courtesy of Missy. But yeah. This will help our hemp grow, which will in turn help us produce more wool to help us produce more cables. And we can run 32 channels out to Simon. Wait, why did I come up here? I keep using the frickin' pleb entrance when I should be, like, jumping in through teleportation. How many interfaces do we have? Interface. There we go. Not enough is the answer. Can you make me 5? And then... So, for each one, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 molecular assemblers. Holy fuck, we need a lot of molecular assemblers. Can we start with, like, 12? Okay. Well, molecular assemblers are apparently not that expensive. No, it's more of an office job. Why am I looking for blue? Lapis is the word you're looking for. We'll make one recipe of red cables, blue cables. Now, in the way we have this room set up, that is going to go to an interface. Should I just put them all back in there for no apparent reason? Which means, much like this one, we're going to need to take that out and that out. And then it gets 2, and we put 1 there. Oh, and there also. And then skip 2. Skip 2, 1 there. And molecular assemblers in that corner. So we can do like that. Pop that on. And boom, we got a connection. Now technically we can do this too, if we want it to be even better. Can you craft me like 10? Just 10 more? Yeah. Oh wait, hold on, what's happening? Where are we getting hung up? Oh, I see, it's literally just these things processing. That's fine. How do you make impulse item ducts again? I've got something in my eye! Hysterically, I put this hat on because my head was cold. And now I'm starting to get a little bit too warm. Have to put this down a little bit. Set up a little more so I'm not so bunched up. Impulse. Impulse item duct opaque. So you make that from... What? How is make? Hello? Oh my god, can I not make these? Oh. Take an item duct and put some energized glowstone on it. Oh, that's really fucking easy. I see we're finally processing draconium. That's good. Okay. This reactor is really chewing through some power, and it's kind of disconcerting to me, because that's dimensional ore there. I don't even know what that is. That's redstone. There's probably one you can put on there to make it specifically pick up the types we need, and I don't know that he has that on. Or that he cares to. Ooh. Now it's kind of important that those don't touch. So how many more do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7? Can you craft me at least 7? We can. I mean, they're relatively cheap. So that's reasonable. Oh gosh. Opening Twitter drama, opening Twitter to see what the fucking dumpster fire is today. I shouldn't complain though. It's probably people like me who just make very small observations that kind of help feed the monsters mess that it is. Oh, you know what I realized? I was worried about the wrong connections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 8 more. Just 8 more assemblers. I promised. That's all. Just make 10. Just be on the safe side. I do love being able to teach the computer to make stuff, though. It's as long as you have your ratios right, you should be fine. As long as you don't tell it, hey, this output's 10 when really the output's 6. And then there's this monstrosity just to produce Fluix. And now Kira's got me over here thinking about D&D stuff, and I want to plan D&D stuff. I mean, this is a chill stream, right? There's no reason why I can't use this as an excuse to make things for D&D, right? That's how that works, right? A sort of behind the screen, if you will. The more I think about it, the more I kind of just want to do that. But then, well, if I'm just making things, right? That doesn't necessarily tell you much about story, right? Alright, let's get this up and running, and then I will do that. And if you really want them to do the most, you put those on them. And away they go. Okay, there we go. Like, why is it only using 6 channels? It should be using 8. Now, technically speaking, if we were worried about channels, we could reroute these to run off of a line with these to one face by putting a what do you call it? A dense cable, and then you'd have 32 channels. Because you can have 32 channels running into an ME controller. There's just no real reason not to do it this way. And you would have to use cables because machines themselves can only run 8 channels and not 32. So you have to have like banks of machines connected to dense cable. Networking. It's a fun time. For some people, I'm sure. Probably not. Oh, I almost forgot. I was working on stuff. Oh no, I got signed out and it didn't. I don't think it saved my stuff, did it? No. Nah, it's fine. I'll play with that later. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Give me a moment. I'm going to switch over to not playing Minecraft. Which means, because I kind of fulfilled my major objective already. Let me out of this freaking door. Let's disengage the reactor so we don't waste any fuel. Then we'll pop out of that. And then I'm going to need to update what I'm doing. Turn that down, off. Open this up. Boobity boom to you too, computer. Let me log into my account. Launch up the game, pour a cup of tea. I said launch up the game, it's here, we'll set it to Dungeons and Dragons so we can do stuff. And then we'll just retitle it. We'll update that information. Oh, and then we need to go over here and update the exact same information. Over here. Do, 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 do. Go to my dashboard. We're going to update the stream title. I don't remember the categories on here. I need that open. La, la, la. It's like, don't show me what's popular, show me what the categories are. I love how there's a thing for fucking Uno on here. A web show doesn't seem right. Also, thank you for the sparks, Andrew Biscuits. Much appreciated. Or, biscuit, I should say. Menace of the Underdark? Is there really, like... Weird. Now hold up a minute. Jermaine, oh, I put India. I meant in NDI. That's fine. that below all those layers. Sorry, I'm just like editing stuff at the moment. So if I like
the snakes and liars of yore, they wore your fame. And
so a large portion of that isn't needed, right?
friends on the
If
path
I do that, and then expand it up like that.
going in your space. But wait,
If I move it over like that,
wait for regret to come. It will
I'll have to move that again. Okay. So I'm relatively happy with that. Again, this is not a live game. Tom, why can I not remember the names of the people that I literally talk to almost every single day? Tom, Simon, Lucid, and Verified are not here. Most of them are probably asleep. Lucid is kind of playing war bands or something. I don't know. He's being a weird man. Tom's actually with his girlfriend, I think. Basically, he's doing weekend stuff. Simon is probably asleep because Simon has a lot of shit that goes on in real life. Anyway, so this is the DM view of the of what we'll be doing next week. I'm kind of trying something new. We've been experimenting with a couple of different things every week. If you kind of keep up with it, as I try and figure out how best I want to do stuff. I like having a detailed planned out floor when we're in a confined area. I don't like that very much when we're just wandering around town. So what I've done is I found a town. This is just going to be a town. Don't know what to tell you. I can't be more specific than that. And I've made it really fucking huge. Because if you see these wagons right here, that's our party. Now, normally, when we are playing, we are about to this scale. So that you can actually, see us and what's happening. I don't know why I have duplicate characters of things, but that's fine. Just get rid of that. So I'm thinking of doing it kind of like this. So that you can, so it's easier for us to keep track of who's where. And this is like a reasonable size for a small building, right? Like each one of these is like 5 feet. So this is, that's like a 35-foot long structure. That's pretty reasonable for like a medieval time house. But I actually need to go again because I have a nature thing to take care of. Okay. Sorry for the small delay, but you know how it is. Sometimes tummies don't always wait for convenient times. So, let's see. This is how we are. It's a little bit weird still, because I can't... the way Simon has set up this this template means that it doesn't quite fit the screen. But actually, probably for this, since we're kind of doing behind the screen, a lot of the important bits are actually going to be over on the other side. So if we have it kind of like that, you can kind of see all the stuff that goes on over here. But for this, Amanda hasn't made her character with me. She wanted to go over today, but she was doing stuff with family. So we will probably do that with her tomorrow morning. When I say we, I mean myself and literally no one else, because no one else is going to be involved in the process of Amanda's character creation. So we want to make a monster, right? Now there are a couple ways to do it. One is you make a new character. You call it whatever you want. What are we going to call this one? Let's call this one The Gentleman. Alright, and we save it. Actually, I have a... oh, it's not on this computer, though. It is on my other computer, where I normally do planning, because I don't normally stream my planning, but that's fine. Improvise, overcome, and adapt, right? Nice thing about Roll20 is you can't actually log into multiple things at the same time. Launch up the game. If I can... So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to upload the image here. Boo-doo-doo. And this is just an image I found online, because that's normally how you'd want to do that kind of thing. Unless you have talented artists available to you. Or if you are like maybe a professional or something. You know, maybe don't... maybe appropriately source stuff, but I am a little nobody on the corner of the internet. I don't plan to make any money off of any of this, so I should be fine. Why is the upload thing not working? There it goes. Now then this... there we go. And then if I just drag that over to there... Sheet. We're going to create an NPC. You can edit the sheet directly if you like. I just find that too complicated. Gentlemen, they are medium. They are actually fiends. I don't think I've spelled fiend right. Alright, so they're medium fiend. And we want to probably base this off of some kind of existing creature. Now, I think the closest thing I can think of in the lore is probably the Devourer. The Devourer. Yep. An abomination, devours things. It's a pretty good basis for us. Now this, the Devourer itself It has a challenge rating of 13. If you are a level 4 party like we are, I don't recommend bringing a level 4 party up against something with a challenge rating of 13. So we'll probably want to make it the gentleman a little bit weaker, because the Devourer is kind of a physical attacking thing. We're not going to physical attack, but I want to have a kind of similar power balance. So, we're not going to give them a strength of 20. That's a little bit too high, so we'll just lower that to 16. Dex 12, con of 20, because, you know, they're demons. They're going to be a little bit on the beef side. 13, they're average wisdom, I guess, and then they're a little bit charismatic. Because most fiends, for whatever reason, are just really fucking charismatic. I think it's this kind of idea that they can tempt mortals into doing their bidding, you know, kind of mesmerize the mortal. Armor class of 16. Now, thinking about our party, because they are very low, and they're not, because the challenge rating 13, by the time players are interacting with something like that, they usually have a proficiency bonus of 5, and right now most people have a proficiency bonus of 2. So we might lower the armor class just so that it's not too undoable. Although, I mean, 16 isn't terrible. Well, we'll split the baby. We'll give it 14 natural armor, because they don't wear, like, plates or anything. So there's no reason for them not to have just kind of a standard natural armor of 14. And then we'll put on there this, like, natural armor. So, now hit points, our party... Our beloved party destroy things hit points. I think the Fae that they interacted with last time. Where is she? Here she is. She she had 125 hit points, and in about 4 rounds they took her down to it was like 30, I believe. Before I had her, you know, beg them not to kill her and instead opt in for a deal. So, I think the 178 here would probably be fine. Although, saying that, this thing will disable some of the party members. We'll bring that down just a hair. Now, something like hit points, if you think your party is going too easy, or if you think it's being too hard on your party, you can kind of edit that on the fly. I try not to do that. Most of the time, I don't have to worry about it, because our party hits like really fucking hard, because Lugnut's basically a truck, and Dozak can almost literally turn into the tank in the form of a steeder. So, yeah. I try not to give them very much sympathy. These things, will give them a normal speed of 30, but they're going to have a fly of 45 feet. Now they're going to have the strongest saves against charisma. They're basically things that can't be charmed. It's time for failing. Failing at what? Also, hi Dylan. No inward November. I see. Well, you know, you do whatever is for you. So these things, we're going to give them a few things. They are vulnerable. They're not vulnerable to any particular kind of attack, but they are resistant to psychic, specifically. And that has to do with some of the lore behind it. We're not going to get into that here because I don't want too much to be revealed. What else? Because they are demonic, they are resistant to fire damage. Now, I'm considering giving them resistance to physical attacks. That might be too mean, though. There's no real reason why they would be immune to physical attacks. Or not immune, but resistant. Think about that. I'm pretty sure it'd just be fire. We can give them these resistances as well, cold and lightning. Not that particularly matters. They shouldn't be immune to anything. They are immune to being charmed or put to sleep. So that's not an option for them. They will have dark vision of 120 feet. They should have a high passive perception as well, although I don't think that's on here. I love how language is on here because that's like a thing, right? They should have spell casting. Their spell casting will be through their charisma. These are about a level 5 caster, I believe. And we're going to give them a +4 to perception. They'll be particularly good at that. They have really high intimidation. Oh, and they will have stealth as well. You just kind of want to estimate about what will be challenging to overcome, but not too easy, and you always have to kind of base that off of the abilities of your party, because you have a kind of idea of who's going to do what, but you never know. Like in the last session, Dorian normally stays at the very back of the party and doesn't run into the fray. But for whatever reason, last time, Dorian, who has an AC of 11, decided to run after the monster. And Her first attack was hugging him to death. That should be fine. Language, of course, these things will understand. Abyssal, Common, and probably Infernal as well. Not that Infernal and Abyssal are particularly diverse languages from one another, because they are all kind of pit dwellers. Now, of Kestra was a challenge rating of 6. These are probably going to be of a similar vein, so they're going to be a challenge rating 6. Probably. I reserve the right to lower that as the DM or raise it, depending on particularly how hard it is, but I think it should be fine. I mean, multi-attack itself is not an attack. Yeah, we're not giving it Rend Soul. That's a little bit too powerful. And I think part of what makes this thing such a... makes the Devourer itself such a powerful thing. We are going to be giving them Imprisoned Soul, though, because... this will be Claw attack. Or I guess it's just Claw. Their bonus to hit, it would be 3, plus your proficiency of like 3, so they'll have like 6 to hit. These will be 1 target, naturally. If you fail in No Nut, you can redeem yourself and don't discharge December. Oh dear. Let me put it this way. There's a reason why a whole bunch of children are born around August, September, and October. Uh, 2d6 plus 5 is reasonable. Plus 66 necrotic is not reasonable. I mean, these are pretty strong demons. They're not that strong. That necrotic attack is a little overpowered. I think that might actually kill people. Because 66 is what, 36 damage? The necrotic damage alone could down a player at this stage. Well, probably not. Well, probably not. Probably not. No nut, but the don't discharge. It's kind of a prerequisite, isn't it? Let's see. So 66 necrotic damage is way too fucking much. So let's assume I never want the boss, realistically, to be able to do more than like half of somebody's health, right? So 2d6 plus 13, that's 12, 15. That's already 15 slashing damage. And that's already on its own about half, so probably about like 2d4 necrotic would be reasonable. I don't know why I did that as necrotic damage. Let's see. We're not going to give any lasting effects because that will be just way too much. If you're wondering what we're basing this off of, here, let me pull it up for you. This is our good friend, the Devourer. We're reducing some of the hit attacks because they're a little bit too powerful for our current party's level, but you know. The important bit is I want to give it this kind of imprisoned soul ability. And also by bringing it up here. Let me see, make sure. Yeah, you can see that. Well, you might be able to see that. I can't actually read it on screen, but who knows? Maybe you could. That's just me. So we're just going to take that and give it a read. We're not calling this a devourer. We're not going to do the teleportation thing. Yeah, we can't use that. Yeah, okay, that's all a little bit too vicious. We're still a young party. We'll let them deal with truly deadly things another time. Is teleported to the gentleman's grasp, and they are grappled. Oh, Imprisoned Soul might be the one we don't want to use. I think Imprisoned Soul is the one we weren't supposed to give, and we were going to give it Soul Rend. Yeah, we want them to steal life. We don't want them to actually kill people. Here we are. I got that a little bit. recharge. And we're only going to give them 3 uses of this because we don't want them to be too powerful. Yeah. Because, again, we're a level 4 party. Even if there's 5 of us, we're not ready for things that can kind of do just fuck you die moves. And then we're going to need to edit this, because that should be Rend Soul. Vortex of life draining energy. We're going to lower that a little bit, because we want to keep it a little bit tighter. A 15-foot radius centered on itself, each humanoid in the area. We're going to lower the DC on that. Because again, we don't have enough proficiency with stuff for that to really help. So we're going to make it like DC 12. 12 might be too low. DC 14. And it's definitely not going to be 8d10. We'll make it 2d6 necrotic damage. Increase damage by 10 for human with 0 hit points in that area. So, alright, so 12. Okay. Yeah. If we make that a little bit deadlier, and then we'll balance that out by making the save a little bit easier. So this could, it would be very situational, but it's the possibility that it could kill a party character. Because 3d6, that's what, 18, 10 is 28. Not many, but there are some members of the party that do have less than 30 hit points. So if they were at 0 and they took that much damage, it would be a player kill. Now, if you choose to do something like this, and this is kind of my general advice to people, because I've already told my party, if you die, you die. My goal is not to try to kill them, though. It's just if they are negligent or whatever, it can happen. So the way to deal with that is you make sure before they really have a chance to engage it, that somehow the information gets to them that it can, in fact, kill them. One way to do this would be to have like an example, probably. Like they have some kind of chance encounter, and someone they know information about gets killed by it, and then that kind of implies for them. Otherwise, you'd have to like kind of give it to them via some type of lore dump, be it like I don't know, Necronomicon. Some kind of book on demonology, something like that. Even possibly local lore, if they talk to the right people. And I'm only giving it recharge 3 because I don't want it doing that too much. The next bit is spells. Oops. Do not numlock me. Actually, no, I won't numlock on. Numlock is just not what I was looking for. Vampiric Touch. And that's kind of an extension of that same general ability, only that one is a, I have to touch you and suck life from you, kind of thing. Let's see if we can sort this by necromancy. Okay, well, we can look at necromancy spells anyway. Or not. I think a lot of them fall under warlocks, maybe. Oh, here we go. Now we can actually look at a spell list. The compendium is a little bit weird sometimes. I know this is organized by school. And past transmutation, we'll get to necromancy. Here we are. Negative energy flows, level 5. Life transference. That could be a good one. Inflict wounds, that would be good. Finger of death. Jesus Christ. False life might be a good one to give it. And again, this is just to give it a little bit of options.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for the sub, Penguin. That really scared me. Out of fucking nowhere like that. How are you today, my friend? Jesus. We gave it false life. There's a level 31. Yeah, life transference. If that's the one I'm thinking it is. Yeah, that allows them to help their allies a little bit. Are there no second level necromancy spells? Not in this anyway. Cantrip. Oh, is there a? There is. Toll the dead. That doesn't sound very useful. Oh, actually, yeah, that might. Because again, we don't want it to be too strong, but you know, having options is good. And we'll get them a third level spell or a second level spell, and we should be good for them. Can you stay organized, list, please? Holy crowbars. Not long you woke up, just went and got a Red Bull, so ask you later. Fair enough. I'm doing fine, other than being really fucking cold, 'cause it's, you know, winter all of a sudden. I'm just doing some planning stuff. I just wanted to stream because I hadn't streamed for like I didn't stream at all yesterday because I was too busy with life stuff. And now I'm just trying to find a necromancy spell for this boss demon. There we go. Ray of Enfeeblement. There we go. It's almost summer. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you guys are on like opposite seasons. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be 7 on its con save. Yeah. Up north where your family is, they're getting like 40-degree days. Jesus Christ. Where you are, it's just 14. Yeah, okay. You think 14 is cold. You want to know what it was here today? It was 10. You know what it's going to be tonight? Tonight it's going to be -2. Yeah, okay. I suppose you being near. Well, something shift in global patterns. That's my understanding of it. Now, I can't make a save for this for some reason. Or I guess really what it needs to do is it needs to show the save DC. The range is basically its visual range. It's like a 60-foot range. Oh, I know. It's 15-foot range, isn't it? I don't know what I'm thinking. Their spell save DC should be 11. Should be like 15. Yeah, but they get +3 to hit. Oh no, it's just a DC 12 saving throw. Yeah, it's just set in there. It's not calculated based off their spellcasting ability. That's fine. So there we go. We have the gentlemen. They're pretty nasty monsters. I think they'll give the party a good time. What do we want to say about them? These mysterious fiends. They always appear in threes. Clad in blacks. Mouthless faces hidden behind masks. Alright, have a good lurk. Have fun with your WoW. 10 out of 10 explanation, yeah. You know me, me and my non-degree in climate science. Anyway, have fun grinding or whatever it is people do in WoW these days. Raiding, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what's happening in WoW. I haven't played WoW in like years. They're all that they fear. What is that? Just a phone being weird. That's fine. There we go. I'll worry about selecting a token form another time. That's just kind of generally how I go about making creatures. Now, if I'm going to make a excuse me. If I'm going to make an NPC that I'm going to possibly control over a long period of time, like I think there's someone the party might join, I might create them as a the party might join, the party might take with them. I'll kind of create them as a character instead. Kind of like a good example of that is this one here. She is a water genasi. Again, I don't like commission art since the art hardly ever even gets seen on stream. I barely even bother with where I source it. But this particular one comes from Kiki B on Tumblr. Very talented person, my humble opinion. And she is a water genasi. She is a card caster, much like Dorian. She has an upcoming role. I'm going to have to play her a lot, and part of this has required me to today to order my very own tarot deck, or tarot deck, or however you're supposed to say it. And in order to play this character, because part of this character is that after you have a long rest, you draw cards to fill your hand, which at level 4 it goes to having a 3-card hand, and those cards determine what spells you have. Why does she have Searing Smite? I don't think she's supposed to have Searing Smite. Oh, I think I was adding that to a different character and I accidentally popped it onto her. So she has Shape Water because she's a water genasi. That's just something that you get. Ray of Frost, Message, and Friends. This all comes from her kind of specialization, which is her minor focus. If you ask me, they've got their major and minors mixed up, but whatever. Her focus card, of course, is the Queen of Cups. And there's reason and stuff behind that, but I can't get into it because that would reveal too much lore. But yeah, she seems like a fun character to play. Ooh, I did discover also, and I haven't told the party this yet, but back in here, you can tell it to turn on exhaustion tracking, and it's great. So it'll tell you, like, if say you earn 1 level of exhaustion, boom, disadvantage on ability checks. 2nd level, your speed is now halved. 3rd level, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4th level of exhaustion, hit point maximum halved. 5th level of exhaustion, speed reduced to 0. 6th level of exhaustion and you die. That's a pretty forgiving system, I'd say. Basically, sleep. And that's something I'm going to kind of be introducing next time, because we already do quite a lot of time tracking. Not terribly specifically, but it's kind of, excuse me, the thing of if you don't have a rest period by 16 hours, you take your 1st level of exhaustion, which I think is reasonable. about 16 hours is when you'd start to kind of feel the effects of that. And then, it makes sense because like exhaustion isn't like, okay, I've stayed up for over an entire day. Right, like by the time you hit about 20 to 18 hours, that's when you start to feel the exhaustion really. Like I know just from personal experience, if I'm at work for 12 hours, I'm exhausted when I get home and I can't focus on what the fuck I'm doing. And I like there's so many times I'm just like trying to cook dinner and I lose focus and then I've like burnt something. But, on the weekend, I wake up, I'm rested, I cook, and, everything goes swimmingly. And, but I thought 12 hours is a little too short. Because, you don't, like, wake up and go straight to work, do you? You, like, fuck around for, like, an hour to 2 hours, and then you go to work. So it's kind of like 14, 16 hours. And the first level of exhaustion is barely even noticeable. I mean, you don't even have you only have disadvantage on ability checks, right? You can still like fight and everything. I think that's reasonable. Because sometimes our party has a tendency to try and squeeze an awful lot of shit into a day. That's kind of why I like when in our downtime we go through and deal with stuff. Hashtag not sponsored by Roll20, but I do love how easy it is to like make characters, especially if you have the character creators. Like we're not gonna name it yet, but if you purchase the books in Roll20, big sponsored episode. Oh, sorry. I love how I incorporated your name into into your comment. Big Red, hello, how are you? But I just wanted to kind of show how freaking easy it is to do things in this. Like, what's something something they'll probably run into at some point. They're not too far away from running into halflings. Alignment doesn't really fucking matter, but they tend to veer toward good. We'll call them neutral good. So they want a Lightfoot. Boom. Pick a class for them. Assuming no one, you can do custom classes, and that's a little bit of a faff, but the big sponsored episode. Yeah, if only. Oh god, could you imagine if we did get a sponsorship? We'd have to like fucking be all professional and shit. Ugh. Halfling. Let's say we met a halfling bard, you know, wandering around. They're probably going to be good at performance. They'll probably be good at persuasion because they're fucking annoying like that. And they're probably insightful, right? Bards are insightful people. They probably play a variety of instruments. Lutes are a good one. Love a lute. Viol. I'm a big fan of the viol. And probably some kind of flute or something. There you go. Professionalism here. Exactly. When I'm making a character up real quick, I prefer point buy, just because I can be like, okay, they need to be really good at charisma. They should probably have a decent constitution. They're probably not horribly smart. They're probably quite dexterous. They're probably only going to be of average strength, right? And then they're very wise. Or if I don't want them to be that wise, you know, maybe put their charisma as high as it can go. There you go. Boom. Background, they're an entertainer. Of course they are. Which nabs them another thing. Let's give them bagpipes, because, you know, always play the bagpipes if you can. You can kind of roll this if you want. I don't particularly care to do that. I usually like to go, they're a singer, or they're a storyteller. Because, you know, you kind of have to have the idea of who this person is. They always have a story, because of course they do. They're annoying like that. Loves a good insult, because halflings are kind of a live and let live kind of people, right? They like people, right? Let's say they want to be famous. Of course they do. Who doesn't want to, who wouldn't want to hear the tale of, I don't know, Bilbo Baggins, we'll call him. A scandal prevents me from ever going home again. There you go. I like the idea of class equipment. It just makes it easier. Rapier's big favorite. Probably an entertainer's pack. And of course, whatever their favorite instrument is, it's usually a lute. Because people are like, oh, lute, that's basically a guitar, right? Filbo Carragans. Yes, exactly. How did you know, Big Red? They get another musical instrument, so they've got a lute. And who has a lute and not also a flute, you know? Lutes and flutes. It's all you need. They probably have some kind of trinket. Then you get to cantrips. Minor Illusion's a great one. I do like Vicious Mockery as well. Although there is something to be said for, I think I kind of like Thunderclap thematically. Because Vicious Mockery, right, that's like you're making fun of somebody. Shut up, okay? I'm trying to talk and read and think, and it doesn't work, okay? That's not my skill set. I like the idea of Thunderclap. But I like to imagine, rather than, like, you know, clapping their hands together, I like to think that they just, like, strike a powerful chord on their lute, and it kind of, like, you know, the percussive wave kind of issues from the instrument. I like that thematically, right? They clap their booty cheeks. That's another way to do it, I guess. We'll give him Thunderclap. Thunderwave, always a popular one, as long as, you know, they're not around their friends. It's a little bit situational, because you don't want to injure your friends, but you can very well do that. Everyone loves a little bit of healing word. That's always a useful one. What was Hideous Laughter? I don't remember that one. Oh, right. It's kind of like a disable your enemies. I don't know. Speaking with animals is usually useful, I find. Charm Person's always a good one as well. Yes, that's what makes Thunderwave so good, as long as your friends aren't around you. I was introducing a player to the game. So I made a very short encounter where it's like her and one person. who was her boyfriend, who was he was still new to the game, but not as new as her. And so I kind of set them off on a little solo adventure, just the two of them, a druid and a monk. And I put them up against a small little band of goblins, because, you know, goblins are pretty trash. But, and originally I planned, like, okay, there's like 5 goblins, you know, that ought not be too much of a challenge, right? She goes in, thunder waves, and immediately paralyzes like 4 of them. So I have to like add extras just because she's so damn powerful. And so it's just kind of become like a little running joke between us. But yeah, it's a great spell if there's not a lot of people around. Our current party, they have a tendency to stand together in a little cluster, so it's really hard for the bard to ever actually use Thunderwave. But, you know, if you have your casters in the back and your fighters up front and then some enemies come out from behind, it's kind of a handy thing to have. You notice the cluster technique? Yeah. So there we go. We'll give it 2 G's. Philbo Caggins. He's like a... we'll call him a 29-year-old. There's actually a table to set this up, but I don't particularly care to look at it. We'll make him like 30'6". A little bit tall for a halfling, I imagine. Weight's probably like... Let's just call him 80 pounds. Eyes, I don't know. Brown. Brown eyes. Reddish brown hair. Kind of pale skinned. There you go. Boom. Apply changes. There you go. Philbo Caggins. Bard extraordinaire. We'll also level him up a little bit. I love how easy this makes leveling up. Unless you do custom classes. Like certain people who are definitely not Legendorian. Let's see. Well, he's Philbo Caggins, so of course he's going to be College of Valor, right? Like a big turret, so much fire. Expertise. Probably performance is a good one. Persuasion, because I mean it's a fucking bard. Of course you're going to have expertise in persuasion. If not, what kind of bard even are you? Can we make our charisma even more charisma-y? Oh, we get to pick another. We get to pick another cantrip. Mending is a good utility spell. Mage Hand is always useful. Dancing Light, Blade Warden, Friends I don't particularly care for. Message is a good one. I like Message. It's very, very handy. Unseen Servant's kind of a good one. How many spells do we get? Well, okay, so we get to do level 2 and 3, get 5 out of them. Speak with plants, striking cloud, tongues, dispel magic. I do like dispel magic. Lemon's Tiny Hut is a great spell. What do we got here? Warding wind, zone of truth. We're always trying to pump people for information. Big Red & Co. introduces our new patented holy hand cream. I like lesser restoration. I just find it helpful to have spells. Of course, they can retool if they need to. God, I've never really played. I've not really played with bards much. Their spells are quite slanted. Speak with the Dead could be useful. Major Image could be a fun one. I think Dispel Magic, because we seem to run into a lot of magic shit. Heals +1 more than our competitors, guaranteed. And there you go. We now have a level 6 bard. Minted and ready to go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to when they come to the village. Oh, this is It's a bit awkward. Just move this over this way instead. There you go. Now you can kind of see. But this is kind of what I was thinking about possibly doing to kind of shake things up a little bit. Because I get tired of trying to remember where things are. But I also don't want to go through and do a whole, like, detailed building by building thing. So I think this is kind of a good compromise. We'll see how it interacts with the party and stuff next time we run the campaign. But if you can see, these are their characters. I wish I could control the zoom a little bit better, because currently I have to kind of very gently nudge it. But yeah. Well, you know, currently they're quite spread out. If we get our measure tool here, from Orpheer here to Lug and Good Boy, that's 105 feet. That's quite far apart. Like, Orpheer couldn't even sprint to there. It would take 2 turns of like just moving to get there. That's a big ash tree. Well, yeah, but you know, the trees are kind of sparse, because if you look, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like a small stand there. There's like 10 trees in the whole village. I mean, I don't even think. Oh, that's a little bit too zoomed in. I mean, if you think about the size of this canopy, right? This tree has a canopy that has like a 50-foot diameter. It's clearly an oak, right? Or, you know, maybe it's not a tree. Maybe it's a bunch of low-lying bushes. Didn't think of that, did you? It's a blueberry patch. how huge the trees are and how famous the town is for it. Well, okay, because look at this, right? This is a house. I don't know about you, but in my experience, most houses, even small ones, are bigger than trees. Right? I'm not crazy about that. I feel like I could fit a treetop in my house. I mean, I'd have to chop it up to get it in, obviously, but I feel like, the house should be bigger than a tree. But if you think about it, right, like this building here is 30 foot long. That's probably reasonable, and this is like a shed. It's like 15 foot long. So, in honesty, this is actually probably a fairly reasonable scale. And like, here's a field. This field is like 65 feet across. These people here, they have a fancy house. They have an outside perimeter or an outside angle of like 60. That's like, I don't know, that's where the chief lives. It's like some boat stuff here. And here's a boat. Is that a boat or a rock? I'm gonna go judging by its shape, I'm gonna say boat, but I think it's a rock. There are no boats in this harbor. If that's not a boat, and these are that's like a crate. So this boat's like 10 foot long. That seems reasonable, right? Right. I'm not even sure what the hell that's supposed to be. Whatever it is, it's 10 feet long. But this way, I can kind of decide what the buildings are. And people can walk around to the different places. And that way I'll know exactly how far apart they are. So that if shit goes down, people can enter into the combat order immediately. And we know exactly how long it'll take them to get to where they're going. That's the theory, anyway. We'll see how it works. Everything's about trying new stuff until you find what does it for you. Or at least his brother. Everyone is on fire. Well, I don't want to kill the party off, right? I want the party to be challenged. Like, I feel like last time the party got a little bit complacent. Had gotten too complacent because I threw them a boss that was really challenging. And they're like, oh, I can't believe you got something that could hit through Lug's armor. It's like, I didn't bring Lug along to be fucking invincible, right? There's dangerous shit in the world, and if you're not careful, some of it might eat you, or, in the case of Dorian, hug you to death. You posted a GM video? No, I did not. Oh! Oh, the video you posted in Discord, right? Oh gosh, I got... The one what? Alright, what channel did you put that into? Was it the common room? Oh no, I'm thinking... No. That was the XCOM Ballet, I remember that now. I don't know if you posted that or sent that video to me. Are you sure you didn't send it to someone else? Ah, well. Oh, 7 ways you ruined the D. I've seen that video, yes. Alright, here, let's, where's Discord? Why is Discord not in my list? Come on. Open Discord. There it is.
Hello, Johnny Chiodini here, full-time beard hammer and part-time DM for the Outside Xbox.
Did he say full-time beard hammer?
Running tabletop campaigns for this lot has taken a terrible toll on me. I'm only 14 years old. Dungeon Master have endured not be suffered by any of you. To that end, and to celebrate the launch of brand new tabletop YouTube channel Dicebreaker, to give ideas for things that can be illustrated for the players to understand.
Whereabouts is it in this?
Just gonna drop the mask for a second here. You have never derailed me that hard. For that long.
Wow.
I drank it, now I'm a chicken. And I don't know what this tiefling's doing, it's holding me very tightly.
I'm sorry, can you loosen the grip from it a little bit?
Wow.
During the very first expansion of Spicy Ratchet, there were supposed to be lots of people in the town who'd been affected by pension ale and miracle elixir. So I wanted them to visit several houses of different sort of social levels in order to realise that this was a problem affecting everybody and they really needed to track down who was responsible. And sort of as like a tiny clue that I honestly didn't think they'd pick up on, I let a rat scurry out of the room in the very first bedroom they went into with the very, very posh people.
Tom.
Slightly odd that a rat just kind of runs out and scatters down the corridor. Obviously, these
What?
being Dungeons and Dragons players, they just fixated so
That
much
was
on
Tom.
vitally important. We find
I'm not really sure what exactly he was doing.
So obviously, Andy was like, I'm going to go catch that rodent. I'd made it a difficult check because it had some time to escape and it's hard to catch a rat with your bare hands. What's your modifier? Intelligence +4. If that was the jab, the hook was Ellen starting to talk to this rat, which I was sort of prepared for, but I wasn't prepared for her to give us a long list of questions followed by, and are you the missing boy?
And if I were to leave you a crumbling grief, face it, that's you belong.
That is basically Dorian.
You belong. Face it, that's you
Chase, the rat looks at you and says, yes?
So it's him. It's Dorian.
So this gives you ahead about 20 minutes, which in and of itself isn't really a problem for a DM, because you can just make something else last a bit longer, or they'll definitely find something back in like a bit you didn't anticipate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, much faffing occurs. So very much faffing.
sound of mind, you're the yin to my yang, can't you see? And if I were to leave, you would grumble and grieve, facing bats, you'd be lost
Try and
without
have in
me.
mind what's going to happen a
You'd
bit
be
further down the line,
lost.
because if they manage to completely excise
I still have to admit it was very strange to to have Dorian run directly into a combat and then get hugged to death, basically.
And courts. And over in the corner is a man in a very pristine linen suit with a sort of hat with sort of a domed top and a wide brim. And he's drinking quite heavily from a bottle of brandy. And he has a raggedy sign in front of him that simply says, "Adventurers Wanted."
So NPCs are one of the most important tools for DM, because they are the only way really to give the players a little steer when they're needed to give them information and adversaries and things like that. But the problem with putting a piece on the board is that other people can interact with it, and the Oxventurers have done some really horrible things to my NPCs in the past.
They had it coming.
I did not have it coming.
I should introduce myself. Really, my name's Alfred. Alfred Strangetide. I fancy myself a bit of an adventurer myself, but
I have to say, as far as murder hobos go, our party has been very good about not being murder hobos.
Strangetide was meant to be this kind of quite tall, sort of lithe, adventurer type who sort of runs around and is like, "This is fascinating," and he was supposed to be sort of going off and zipping about the place because he's so excited as this epidemic. Basically, he was meant to be initiating bits of the
Murder hobos are basically the party that just goes around solving everything by killing anything and everybody that gets in their way, basically.
You know, Archibald, whatever his face was.
We carry him aloft.
this doesn't seem entirely safe.
North has fashioned a papoose for him. Bouncing along in at the like a mother kangaroo. Yeah.
He is, to be fair, he is having a great time.
It's mostly because of Simon, honestly.
So he couldn't really
Like, when we met the Sea Elves, I fully expected the party to down them like the first party I ran it with did.
heavily, and to be fair to them, I thought that was very.
I mean, in the first party I ran with them, someone cut one of the elves' arms off. I think it was the Aarakocra.
I think the exact quote was, "What have you done to my lovely NPC?" Because he had been transfigured into this hairy toddler who was just getting really upset because obviously he was arguing with the pirate who didn't want to give him a fair share of the money.
I wanted 70-30. You can't have it, young man.
Oh, God almighty.
That's it, I'm turning the quest around.
But yeah, no, instead, Dorian comes in, diffuses the situation, and then Ragnar sleeps with one of the elves.
During a session that was like our first dungeon crawl, and I was a little
Not what I expected to happen at all, but there we are.
compared to the times when they take a really minor NPC.
So what's going on in here then? And he is the quintessential burly, paunchy, just not really taking care of himself prison guard.
That explains the part you missed. I mean, all the VODs are still there, just saying.
Right on stage.
I think that was like our third session.
This doesn't have to be the end for you. Come with us. No, don't. What? No. I know there's good in you, jailer. I just met. See in your eyes. You didn't want to do this. What's your name, by the way? Seeing as we're going to be spending some time together.
Probably a good and interesting, well thought out name, I expect.
Christopher Engelbert the 17th. He was meant to be a guard with a key. He was meant to get knocked out, and he was meant to have his pockets picked. And instead, he was given this weird motivational speech and thrust into the limelight.
Your new life begins today, Christopher. You can dream the impossible. You can do it. And we're here to help that happen.
To the point where he was crucial to the final confrontation. And I don't know who this guy is. Frantically trying to flesh out a character. I guess what I learned there was just not to leave myself exposed and put flimsy characters in front of me. If I'm going to give the adventure is a chance to interact with someone. I need to know their family history. I need to know their national insurance number. Just absolutely everything needs to be right at the tips of my fingers. Otherwise, you just get a situation where
Their national insurance number.
they should have a really long name with lots of syllables. It's just not fair at all. Yeah, I just don't want to railroad people like that. Be like, no, I need this to go back to being really obscure. I don't know, it feels like I'm forcing it out. Yeah, I think if I'd taken that guy away, you would have got that. So much longer. You get stones.
Skeletons? Yes. Where did you guys get the stone from?
The orphanage.
Skeletons! What are you like?
Skeletons fix town hall.
You guys are healing.
So one of the funny things about doing the Oxfordshire live shows is that I need to watch them all back.
Good old NPC becoming the main character. Yeah, tell me about it.
Such an adrenaline rush. It goes by like that, and you don't know what you said. So in order to kind of try and keep them
I'm still just really confused why Tom just joined voice chat and immediately muted himself.
temporarily delved into a feud state together. And with the loophole skeletons, my favourite moment, I always remember
Yeah, GG Tom. Exactly, Big Red.
anyone else is going to spot because they don't know what I was thinking at the time. There was a moment during Oxfordshire when I Britain, because the trick with the skeletons, the 60s, is that they will do.
I thought it was pretty funny though, because the last time we played the campaign, right? There was Johan. Johan was originally supposed to kind of help lead Tom towards some investigation stuff, but I realized that the party was not really jumping into the investigation, and they were kind of huddling up around the around the wagons. So I had to like expedite things a little bit. Huddling as usual. Yeah, pretty much. Because what was originally going to happen is the party was going to kind of be split,
Skeletons without
and of Kestro was going to kind of play with the party a little bit. But instead, the party just kind of all huddled around the wagon trail. So rather than have her steal another one of the children in town, I thought, oh, well, why not just send her over to the encampment and steal one of the children from it instead? So, and then I had Johan, who of course was at the fucking docks, and Tom had gone there, and so I had to find some way to kind of bring everyone back together. I think it worked out in the end.
Our job is 100% responsible. At first, his intentions were pure, which I kind of feel describes the Oxfordshire as a whole pretty well. I think if somebody was planning to do a similar thing, a loophole something, have an external entity with caveats, I think the best way to do it is just to try and think of a second way it works. If they accidentally cut off one of the buttons being very specific, something else happens. I guess it's
Exactly, right? Like, the bullet point on my adventure thing was the party is investigating, the spirit kind of, the mist lady shows up and she nabs another child, right? That's kind of the bullet point. And I had an idea where I wanted that to happen, but of course the party weren't where I needed them to be for that, so I just moved it to another place. I mean, originally I'd never even considered that there were children in the in traveling with them, but you know, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, I guess. So now they're children. And because of my interactions with Simon, we know exactly how many children there are. Because he, of course, shared candy with them. Because, you know, Dorian. Let's see. That's yesterday where he talked to Adrian. Here we go. There are 19 children traveling with them.
Exactly what happened. And technically, actually, I broke the rules because the tame beast spell shouldn't work on monsters. But at that point, it was such a brilliant plan. I thought, I want to roll with this. I'm going to roll this one in the open.
Okay.
Go on.
That's a 6!
Oh my god. Ellen, we don't get to fight an owlbear now.
We don't get to fight an owlbear now. Oh yeah, because an owlbear is a monstrosity and not a beast.
My main takeaway from them avoiding boss battles is kind of twofold. Number one, sometimes you will just be rolled of a boss.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what Dorian did, though, didn't he? Dorian walked up to, in the last boss battle, right? Dorian walks up, and he tries to cast Friendship on the Fae. Or what was it? Or is it like Charm Person? And of course, she's immune to being charmed. That is a condition immunity she has. Now, in fairness, I don't specifically blame Simon for that, because the party was supposed to do some rudimentary investigation, but everyone decided they'd rather huddle around the camp, and only Ragnar went. So, because no one inquired. Yeah, and she hugged him, and she hugged him for 36 damage when he has 26 hit points. It was brilliant.
One of the special things about D&D that makes it really fun to play is that you get lots of options with magic, which is great, but it also means I've got lots of things to bear in mind when I want something to go smoothly and not get completely sent on random other path.
Like I said, my anticipation is Dorian usually isn't the one who runs into a fight.
Communicate with animals, and she can send out this message and become friends with them.
It's like, I understand what his plan was. It just wasn't a very good one, and I couldn't, like, you know, I couldn't really see any reason why she wouldn't do her attack that way.
Like, I get it, but it's a bit shallow. So it's sort of like, you know, where the sandbank suddenly drops off. The whales cheerleading this. Yeah.
Now, I did consider, would she try to kill him? And then I'm like, well,
thought it was funny, and that was my downfall because it meant they had a way they could later weaponize.
I'll be like,
pretty much.
go nudge it, give him a nudge. Go give him a hard nudge.
It's like I did consider, would she try to kill him by attacking him again?
The jar, it was out
And then I'm like, well, one, she doesn't have any particular interest in adults, right? Two, he's already unconscious, and there's like 7 other people trying to attack her. I feel like her priority would be try and take down more people. So on that basis, I'm like, yeah, okay, so she leaves him alone.
how much damage does a whale do?
How much damage does a whale do?
Trying
Jesus Christ.
If there was one thing I would say to aspiring DMs who want to neutralize this possibility, it's not to learn all the rules, because it is just
How much damage does a whale do?
just get to know
Probably like a whale does like 9d12 damage if you're in the water, I imagine.
because these people work in video games all the time. Of course they're going to put them to use. So just
It's a huge creature. If it slams you, you're basically done.
want them to use those weapons and just be wary of throwing things in that are like wide open for abuse because you think it's good flavor text, as otherwise you're just going to be over a world of hurt.
While still ringing the bell.
Look, okay. Some people have the ability to summon animals. So if there was a water elemental, it's conceivable that someone could summon a water creature into the water elemental. Now, I don't know why they would do that, but it's conceivable. And, you know, in that case, yeah, the whale would probably have a hard time hitting you. Summoner that summons an elemental and then a whale.
And then I just rolled arbitrarily to see how far into the
Ten out of 10 would fight again. I was having a conversation with Lucid, John, and I was talking to him a little bit about something I was planning, and he's like, "Well, if you do it this way, that's another potential story hook." And I'm like, I don't think you understand, and of course he doesn't, because he's not me. He doesn't know everything that's happening in the world. And I don't think he realizes we really don't need any more story hooks. Considering just how much is circling around our party right now.
moment for me, because that combat encounter was planned to be kind of a little siege. I really like giving, every now and then, my players like a building that they're in that they have a few minutes to prepare because there's going to be an assault. That's not something that tends to happen.
Because the thing of it is, right, the things we're doing now, because we're traveling from one place to a very distant place.
It was great.
And there are several reasons for that.
The combat was going to be over.
Everything that's kind of happening in the middle is just kind of, you know, flavor for the world. It kind of, and in some cases they do kind of hint at what's going on, right? Like, for instance, normally, up until now, everywhere they've gone, Simon's character, Dorian, has kind of been looked down upon, right? Because he's a genasi, and he's kind of weird. But now we're getting into a place where people respect genasi. And I'm not sure if anyone in the party has actually picked up on that yet, apart from Dorian. No, of course they're not playing against me.
And I kind of hate it when I see t-shirts being like, I'm the dungeon master, what I say goes, or, you know, your fate is in my hands. That's kind of, it's A, not true, because as I've hopefully...
No, it's in the hands of the fucking dice.
Things will go wrong with the DM.
I'm trying to make things happening, and I've got, like, the fucking dice and the players working against me, basically.
Then kind of what's the point? You know, even if it's a story where everyone's covered in minced up paladin. But, you know, sometimes it happens. You can't make a good adventure without breaking a few paladins.
You can't make a good adventure without breaking a few paladins.
Alright, so that was 7 ways your players will derail you. I hope you found it useful, or at least mildly entertaining. If you enjoyed it, I'm going to be doing lots more videos on how to get started in pen and paper role-playing over on Dicebreaker. That's youtube.com/Dicebreaker. So do give that a like. And by the magic of the YouTube backend, or possibly just magic, I don't really know how this works, there's a link to Dicebreaker right there. So I'll wait here.
Okay, well, that was an interesting video, I do have to say. A lot of good points. I wish my screen would stop flickering. There we go. Although now it's bent so far back I can barely see it. But yeah. I think it's been kind of interesting playing with this group. Definitely a lot of stuff has not gone the way I expected. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. But at the end of the day, I think it's been a pretty good story so far. There's also a lot of stuff that kind of happens off screen, though. Like, Dorian, for instance, has, well, it's because the characters have independent, motivations, right? There's stuff that they're going to do kind of without involving the other people. And sometimes that stuff includes things that the other people shouldn't know about yet. And it's kind of up to them to decide if they want to bring it to the group's attention. Like elf babies? No, not like elf babies. Like, like, Dorian wanted to have a conversation about the world pillars because of, you know, reasons, right? Because he has a kind of thing that he's kind of aware of that no one else has really considered. And he's not really sure if he wants to bring it up to the group or not, right? The world trees. They're actually in a place where there aren't a whole lot of trees right now. I imagine it must feel pretty weird to the wood elves in particular, being in a place that's not forested. Because the way the world is set up, and I don't know if I can probably, if I open Discord back up, because I've closed it for some reason, I can kind of show you this because there's like nothing like game breaking about it. I am pretty sure I talked to Dozak about it. Dozak, fucking verified. I'm thinking of him more as Dozak than verified now. Oh, no. I remember. I talked to Kira about it. Here it is. If we kind of zoom in, this is the world that we're playing in. WoW is held together by world trees. Is this world held together by items? No, actually, this world is held together by, according to legends, the world is held together by the world pillars. That's the prevailing lore, according to the Silver Church. But this is a map of Akarim. Totems. According to legend, right, the world pillars were a kind of concentrated, ingot that the god Astral shattered into pillars that he used to stretch out and pin the world between the heavens and the deep. That's the lore for that. A very simplified version of the lore. I have like a 20-page document about religious lore. It's it's quite something, to say the least. I think Dorian read 10 books, right? I've currently written a summary based off of his ability to read each one. Like how well he read it. I've gotten through, I think, 4 books, and it's a 9-page document. Needless to say, there's a lot of lore for this world. But currently, where they are, I don't know if you probably can't see it. Let's zoom in a little bit. This is where they started. This island is actually, on this map, about 4 times the size it should be. But I wanted it to be visible. Valara is kind of there, and it's about 1/4 the size of that. So this is Hadra, the big city where they were 2 sessions ago. And about here is the city of Lindis, where they traveled during the last session. They're going to be following along this coastline here, up into the mountains, through Stonerot, and then down the pass into Oraltassi. This is 2174 miles. And they can travel about 20 miles a day. So it's going to take them 109 days of travel. The start of the next session, because at the end of the last session, they had 11 days of travel. So they'll be somewhere right around about here. Oh, you can't actually see where I'm pointing. Hold that thought. Because the way the screen is set up. Let me drag this over. Sorry. Now you can actually see my cursor. This star here is Hadra. There's Lindis. And next session, they will be about here. They've still got all this way to go. And when they get to here, they won't be able to travel the full 20 miles a day. Because this is kind of relatively easy terrain. When they get to here, they'll be kind of in the hill country. So they'll only be able to travel about 15 miles a day. Until they get to Stone Rot, because there's a big bridge there, but you know that's not to worry about. This coast here, they can't. They can get to there, and then there's literally a mountain with a sheer cliff. And if they follow around, this way, there's another mountain with a sheer cliff there, so they have to kind of backtrack around into the valley, then up to Stone Rot, and then down and out the other side. Shame they couldn't have afforded to, like, you know, take, like, 2 boats or something, but, you know. They barely had enough money to buy all the wagons. And then this here, think of this as like a really dense grassland. The grasses are so thick you can't actually walk through it. People have to either follow the rivers, or there are kind of bison trails. Yes, extremely thick. There are kind of like bison trails that the Dracaris use to follow the bison herds, which they primarily hunt for food. And then there are the Deadlands here. This is where Bertrand had his kingdom. When you get past the grassland, this is kind of like kind of arid and rocky. It's not hot arid, it's kind of a cool arid, kind of think like Mediterranean. And then when you get down here, it starts to become more desert. And this is where you have Galdbar, which is where you normally find fire genasi. Basically, Simon's from around here. This, of course, is where Orpheus is from. Gallbladder. No, it's Galdbar. And, of course, Dozak is from over here in the Red Mountains. This entire kind of island here, this is the Dragon Kingdoms. And then, of course, the dwarves primarily live here in the Dunningmar Mountains and the surrounding hill country. Kind of this side of the... Basically, the kind of deal is this side of the Grass Sea belongs to the hill dwarves. And then on the other side of the Grass Sea is where you find the human realms. Although there are still a few human settlements kind of down in here where they used to live under the rule of the dwarves. So much grass. I mean, it's called the Great Grass Sea. I actually have this idea that the grass is so thick and impenetrable that people have been able to make like you know those kind of like sailboats that are like they have the really lightweight frame. I kind of have this idea that the grass is so thick that people can sail across the grass. And I really, really, really enjoy this idea. So that's probably going to be a thing. There will probably be people who in small, lightweight ships can sail across the Great Grass Sea. Yeah, there are only a handful of there. Well, there aren't roads per se. There are kind of roving herds of bison. And the bison are actually like enormously fucking powerful. And their herds are able to kind of beat down the grass enough for it to be passable. Which is why for centuries the only way for people to travel is to kind of follow the migration routes of the bison. Which is why there's only like 3 routes through the Grass Sea. And of course, the Dracaris who are kind of Drake riders. A Drake being kind of like a wingless dragon that these people ride like horses. They kind of follow the bison herds. And they don't like the idea of other people disrupting their herds, right? Because it's like, only so many people can survive off a herd. And if you have these other people in the way, well, that kind of disrupts their entire power structure. And so that was always a kind of a barrier for them. Bertrand, of course, kind of capitalized on that and created the a southern passage. But when the northwest passage opened, that's when people started going up this way and making it to Hadra. I heard you like Mudkip. What is a Mudkip? Oh wait, that's a Pokemon. Jesus. Look, I haven't played Pokemon in like almost a decade. But I'm really looking forward to when they finally make it past the pebbled shore. There's kind of some stuff I plan to have happen here. Currently, they'll be about here, so, you know. Patience, right? That's like, because from there to there is about 1 10-day, kind of following around the shore there. So the next 10-day, they'll probably get about there. And then another 10-day to get about there. So about 4 10-day from now, they should make it past the Pebble Shore. That's kind of my plan for things anyway. We'll see. I was really surprised though. I thought the party were going to spend a day in Lindis to have their to have Lug's armor repaired. And I was going to throw in some bonuses for him. But instead they were like, okay, instead of that, I have smithing. I have smithing tool proficiency. I'll just repair the armor myself. So I'm like, well, shit. Okay, I was going to surprise you with advanced. I was going to surprise you with enhanced armor, but if you want to repair it yourself, that's your choice. I feel like they thought I feel like part of it is that they were thinking that okay, we can lose a day of travel, but you know maybe we won't get anything for it, right? And I feel like at this point I feel like I should have built up a rapport enough to where they would realize that I'm not going to have you waste your time for nothing. I mean, sure, the last boss was really challenging for just a random encounter, considering Dorian almost died, but also, you got a bag of holding from it. That's like a rare and extremely useful item, right? It's not like you faced a difficult boss, you know, a difficult encounter and then got nothing for it, right? You used to craft those. I mean, we're a level 4 party with relatively... I mean, we have quite a bit of gold, sure, but quite a lot of things cost gold. And they, you know, it's kind of... They have relatively limited resources. But, you know, I think that's a pretty good deal, you know, all things considering. Sure, Dorian kind of went unconscious. But, you know, he survived. He might have a little bit of mental trauma. But you have a bag of holding. For free, basically. I'm all about that reasonable trade-off, you know? A bag of holding for his tears. I mean, pretty much. And yeah, Lug's armor was pierced. And of course, Ragnar made a contract with the Fae to make her stay away. I thought it was kind of funny. I had her because to make the deal with the Fae, I had no fucking idea how they were going to do that. You mean a restriction order? I mean, pretty much. It's kind of like you give us the children back, and you can't do anything on this plane. Period. Those are kind of the terms. And I'm like, okay, so how would a fairy make a contract, right? They're not going to be like a demon, like, alright, sign away your soul. It's going to be some weird, obscure thing, right? So I'm like, so the Fey creature kind of extends a branch of holly. At that point, I'm just kind of pulling shit out of my ass. I'm just making shit up as I go. And like she doesn't say anything, right? And they're like, "What to do?" And she just kind of shakes at them. It's like, deal or not. And so it's like, what? I was just kind of curious to see who was gonna take it, and then like fucking Ragnar makes the deal. I kind of left it open as to who was going to accept the deal or not. So now, because of this, I've had to become an expert in fairy law. Which has been pretty fun. Memes. Jesus. Did I just get the notification that I'm live? Oh no, that was 3 hours ago. Okay. Old Town Road Minecraft version? Like, squeeze me? "10 hours of Mudkip." Oh my good lord. Nope. That's a nope from me. I've wanted to do this for a while because because of Spotify, I got sent a Google Home, a Google Home Mini speaker. Would you like to ask Google anything? Hey Google, do you like Mudkip?
I like slow bros. They seem really peaceful.
Rip. It likes slow bros, yo. It's kind of been fun. It's kind of like Alexa, but I think Alexa's a little bit better programmed, in my opinion. You didn't expect that. Neither did I, if I'm completely honest. Normally it goes, "Sorry, I can't help with that." I think one of the first things I asked is, "Hey Google, what's a doppelganger?"
According to Wikipedia, a doppelganger is a non-biologically related look-alike or double of a living person, sometimes portrayed as a ghostly or paranormal phenomenon and usually seen as a harbinger of bad luck. Other traditions and stories equate a doppelganger with an evil twin.
Thank you, Google. Yeah, it's pretty handy when I just want to ask random shit. Or, this is my favorite. Hey Google, give me a news update.
Here's the latest news. Here's the latest news. Headlines from BBC News at 6:55 p.m. today.
I don't know why, but it chose BBC News to go first. Hey Google, stop. I just find that, like, probably owned by Google. I'm pretty sure BBC is not owned by Google. Mostly because they function as a, a national media outlet for the UK. I don't think they're technically owned by the government, but they have, like, a strong contract with the government. I do actually have the exact path that they follow. If I go, not there. If I go to this one here, I've actually mapped out the path that they have to follow. It's mostly just so that what I can do is I can kind of follow along and see how it goes. 'Cause like basically what it is every sort of 20 feet is about a 10-day of travel. GPS. Kind of. But yeah, this is the general path that they're following. GPS for wagons. I have kind of a cold open planned for the next session. Like, it's just kind of, we're going to start off with a kind of event occurring. It won't really be a player-driven event. It's just, I want to establish something so that when it comes up later, it won't be like, oh, you just made that up to do a thing. Because we're going to introduce some kind of high-level stuff into the game. When I say high-level stuff, I mean it's kind of a complicated and very specific system that I've decided to implement in this world, to allow people with lower levels of magic to do things that are traditionally reserved for higher levels of magic. It's kind of like magic cheating, basically. It's like more difficult to do, but you can do it with low-level spells kind of thing. You'll just have to be around for the next session if you want to find out, because I don't want to spoil it. Actually, our next session, Tom won't be there, so we probably won't do a main sequence quest. Although, actually, thinking about it, are scrolls stored spells anyone can use? No. There are, I don't know if you've watched Seven Deadly Sins, but I did decide to implement spell beads. And we introduced those in like session 1 or 2, something like that. You know of Goblin Slayer? Funny. Trying to see where it's going. What I'm thinking is, because we are traveling, if Amanda is available to play and Tom isn't, what we might do is we might have kind of like a side quest. And Ragnar will be incapacitated for some reason. It'll basically kind of be like a non-canon episode. My thinking is he probably mixed alcohol and some kind of psychedelic mushroom that shouldn't be mixed with alcohol. That's what I'm going with. And he's in a coma or something. And Adrin and Ara will tend to Ragnar while the party goes and deals with the thing. But basically, it'll be stuff that it'll be just kind of a general monster of the week, just to introduce the new character. That's kind of my thinking on it. Because Amanda is actually from the first group I've ever run this world with, but she's never been this far. Someday you want to slay some goblins. Well, the goblins kind of live in the Dunningmar Mountains, so maybe. Yeah, they live somewhere in this range. Ooh, but I have been live for 4 hours, and my voice is starting to give out on me a little bit, so I think I might call it a night. Who is live? Oop, do not do that to me. I guess we're gonna raid a space bunny. Yeah, I don't get a lot of chance to talk about my world very often, because mostly it's with the party, and then we're kind of stuck talking about this very, very narrow part of it centered around, like, you know, like I have this whole great world planned out. I've closed it now, but we're still kind of in this tiny little bit, and that's all we've explored. One day. But anyway, we are going to transition to our ending screen and go say hi to Bunny. Someday beyond the sea. I feel like I know that song, but for some reason it's just not coming to me. Yeah.
Good. How's it going, Johnner? Railcast with the Ready Party and Pool. Welcome, everybody. My name's Evil Space Bunny. We're playing The Messenger. How's it going? I'll give you a shout out in 1 second. Hi, Big Red. Oh shit, Master Crafter's on it. Thanks, Master Crafter.